What's up, guys? My name is Deangelo to all. Welcome to the Triumphant podcast. On today's show, we have Tyrone Ketu. He's a barber, he's a graphic designer, he's an artist, and he's an encourager. If you didn't know, fun fact, Tyrone actually created our logo. Tyrone, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, bro.
Thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for making the time to be here. Really appreciate you, man.
Time, bro.
To kick off the first question, what's your story, brother?
All right, well, first of all, let me just start off the podcast just by, I just have to say a little prayer, bro, because that's how I like to kick off things. So, Father God, I just ask that you're with us and that any ear or eye that sees or hears this podcast, I pray, Lord God, that you open it up, also open their hearts, Lord God, so they can receive your message in Jesus' name. Yeah, bro, so, well, for those of you who don't know, I'm Tyrone Ketu. My life story. I grew up in a small town called Shannon, population of like 1,500 to 2,000, bro, so a small town.
Yeah.
Hearty town though, bro. Yeah, shout out to the whānau back in SH.
What's up?
But when I was about, let's start off when I was about 12.
Yep.
Man, I was heavily into breakdancing, bro. Used to play rugby and breakdance with my cousin Leroy.
Yeah.
But back in '99, he came over to Australia to pursue his rugby career.
Yep.
He had a good career too, bro. He used to play for the Waratahs and the Reds.
Ooh, the
And
man.
yeah, bro, had a jam for the Wallabies too, bro. So they were here in Sydney, and I was stuck in New Zealand, bro. I'm the oldest of 8,
Yep.
and I've got 5 elder siblings, but different mums, same dad, different mums. So oldest of my mum's kids, and I basically like just babied my brothers and sisters, like just babysat them, so I can, to all my mates out there, I can kind of give off this big brother vibe.
Yep.
Just because I'm,
Natural.
Yeah, bro,
You're natural
that's
at it,
just
man.
my thing. So I like to, I feel like from that comes my, it just helped me to encourage people.
Yep. Yep.
And just bring them up, because that's how I treated my younger brothers and that. But anyways, carry on. So my cousin was here, my auntie and that were here, and we started breakdancing together, and in his backyard actually. And so he came over here, and it was about 17 years later. Oh, sorry, when I was 17 years of age. Sorry, bro. I came over here when I was 17. I left my mum and my siblings. They were sad. I was sad, but, I had to do what I had to do, bro.
Yeah.
I moved to Sydney by my cousin who was playing rugby, my auntie, and my cousins, and they pretty much welcomed me into their home. My first job was breakdancing instructor.
Wow.
I was getting paid like $20 an hour.
Man, that's pretty good for
Yeah,
breakdancing, man.
Look, at that time I was kind of in my peak. I was 17, turning 18, and then I'd go out clubbing. I'd go out to King's Cross and would go and battle. I caught up with a few crews in Sydney. Shout out to All Consciousness crew. They were my first crew, and Random Techniques was my other crew. Shout out to the bro Vinny and Chino. So the reason why I'm starting with that, is just because that breakdancing and hip hop's been a big part of my life, and I feel like my style of barbering and my style of art stems from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And the guy who taught me, he was a big influence in my life.
yep.
So everybody used to know me as a breakdancer back then, but now everyone knows me as a barber.
Crazy transition, man.
Crazy transition, bro, but it is what it is. God gives you gifts, and you just got to run with it. You just got to roll with it, and that's all I did. Anything I put my hand to, I just did it for God, bro. And he blessed me with it.
Yeah.
And he made me successful in all the talents, any talent that I'd put my mind to or, put my heart into. So, came to Aussie, met a girl, the mother of my kids.
Yep.
And, so we had twins at first. Fast forward, we had twins. My boy, Jarrell, and my daughter, Jada. They're my first two born, bro. Funny story, I was in New Zealand at my cousin's 21st.
Yep.
And I thought I was just having one kid, bro. And I was a bit wasted.
Yeah.
That was the 21st.
Yeah, yeah.
And the kid's mum rang me up. She said, there's 2 sacs in my belly. So I was just like, that was me. I was done for the night, bro. I was just sitting in the corner by myself, bro, just buzzing out like, I'm going to be a dad to twins. Like,
wow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah,
and I'm
man.
like 18, 19.
Yep.
So life kind of just smacked me, bro.
Yeah.
And from there, we had another 2. My girl, Tamika, 2 years later. And then I had my youngest boy, Damien.
Yep.
Who I actually named after the guy that taught me how to break dance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. So that's how much that guy
Had
was a big influence on me, bro. He was my mentor. So, yeah. We moved from Sydney, came to Brisbane.
Yep.
And that was in 2012. And then we broke up. I didn't treat her right, bro. And I wasn't a good father. I just cared about myself. I regret the way I was, but your past is your past,
100.
and your past makes you who you are.
Yeah.
So what happened was she wanted to leave,
Yeah.
and I couldn't take it, bro. So she left. We split up. She obviously was moving on. And I couldn't let it go, bro.
Yeah.
I was controlling, aggressive, just that guy that everyone hates.
Yep.
My family disliked me. I was just a shameful guy, bro. So what had happened was there was a time where I went over to her house. Excuse me, bro. And I had a suspicion that she was with someone else.
Yeah.
And come to find out, that suspicion was fact. And so I broke into her house. I waited around, and she ended up coming home, and I heard a guy's voice.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a knife, and I grabbed it, and I straight attacked him, bro. Because I was just raging,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was hurt, all these things. It was I'll never forget that day,
Yeah.
because that was the turning point of my life. My 2 sons saw the attack.
Yeah.
My ex, I hit her in the arm. She got in the way. And I just, I'm just like blacking out, like just going hard. Not going hard, just slicing people up, but
Yeah.
just, once I seen blood, I threw the knife away because, man, something in me was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yep.
So I was like, nah, I threw it away, continued to be violent. It was a gated community, everyone was around.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was crazy. It was like a movie, bro. And
Man.
all eyes were on me. And I was like the bad guy. I was the bad guy, bro. So, that day I ended up getting locked up. And that was the day that changed my life, bro, because going to jail, I had a chance to just transform my whole life. I didn't know what was in front of me. I didn't know what was coming for me. All I knew that, 1, I lost the girl that I thought I loved. 2, I didn't know when I was going to see my kids. And 3, I'm going to jail, bro. And I've never been to jail. Like, I've never been really in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
But I was scared. I was scared for my life. I was not going to jail, just not knowing the future, not knowing when I'd see my kids.
Yeah.
And that day was the starting point of the whole turnaround. So, yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man. I mean, I love how you're so truthful about that.
I have to be, you know,
yeah.
because that's my reality.
Yeah.
That's my past.
Yeah.
And I can't fabricate it. I got to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
I got to be like that, because if I'm not, then, you know, no one's going to believe me when I do change.
Yeah.
You know. And for me, look, I was abusive. I was
Yeah.
an abusive partner. For me to even say that, for me, I would hate for people to know that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's because I was guilty, and I held up this facade.
Yeah.
I wanted people to see me as this guy, but I wasn't. Behind closed doors, I was a monster, bro. But I can say that today because I did a 180, bro.
Man.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Man, I appreciate you, you know, just sharing that. You're right about everything, man. Not many men would want to come out and share that. It's hard
It's
to.
embarrassing.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to. It's one of those things that, you know, we're afraid to look in the mirror. We're afraid to face our own fears, and we're afraid to, you know, be honest with ourselves. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me, and you know, I'm sure there's a lot of other men out there that are going through the same phase or the same state that you went through, and you know, to actually hear you and share your story, you know, would encourage them to say, hey, you know, I've been down that road, and
100%, bro.
this is the only result that you're gonna get from that, or worse. So I really appreciate you sharing that with me, my man.
All good, bro.
My next question is, what's a miracle that happened to you, and what's a miracle that happened to you because of your faith? I know that, you know, you just touched on, you know, this was the turning point, going to jail, and, you know, all of this happened, but I know for sure that faith is a little bit different, and you would know that. So what's an experience? What's a miracle that happened to you because of your faith?
Well, there's a few, but one that I can pinpoint, one that I can really say that, well, is worth sharing.
Yeah.
Is getting released earlier than I was supposed to.
Wow.
Because I had faith. See, what happened was, when I was in jail,
Yep.
I had time to reflect, and there was a Bible in my cell, bro.
Yeah.
So I read it. And when I lost my family and went through all that, like that day, I was broken, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't escape that pain. And I'm sure a lot of men out there have felt the same way. They, you know, I'm sure that men out there feel so broken. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to handle their internal emotions, their thoughts.
Yeah.
It gets too heavy.
Yeah.
And the only way out is to end it, you know, which I came close to. You know, I've been there.
Wow.
That's why I can sympathize with men who go through those hard times, because, bro, you know, when you go through something and then you see someone else hit you, bro, and you want to do something about it,
Yeah.
because you've been there, right?
100.
So you know, like, you can't understand what someone's going through unless you've been through it.
That's true.
And I have a heart for all the men out there that don't have the tools to be able to recognize what they're going through and to heal from it, and, you know, to overcome it, because it's just a temporary feeling that we feel,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But a lot of men, they don't understand that it's just temporary.
Yeah.
You know, they look, women are emotional. men are physical,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Women go through things, and, you know, for them, they have their little system, their girl, you know, girl groups, and you know what I mean? Like
They
they
come
got their
together and
their support,
speak about that.
their
Yeah.
sisters, their moms, and all that, and that's cool. But for men, we do have that, but we
Hold
it's
it
not
in, eh?
we hold it in,
Yeah.
and it's not really encouraged to talk about it, because we grew up going, well, we grew up like thinking, harden up, mate, you know, harden up,
true.
man.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, have a beer. You
That's
know,
true.
have a sesh
Yeah.
or whatever, you know.
Drink
and
it
it's
away.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and start drinking, and bro, that just makes it worse.
That's true.
You know, we try to fill those voids, and we go to the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But what I'm here to say is, I didn't have those things when I was in jail. I didn't have alcohol. I didn't have drugs.
Yeah.
So who are you going to call to when you hit rock bottom? I called to God. I said, God, I got no one. I lost my family. I'm here. I don't know when I'm getting out. Walk with me, please. Just be with me. Instantly, I felt His presence.
Wow.
Just like tonight when we were earlier, you know, when we had that setback and we were praying, and
Yeah.
the atmosphere changed, right?
That's true.
Because I invited Him in.
Yeah.
But I invited Him because my heart was sorrowful, which they call a contrite heart,
Yeah.
meaning that, you know, you come to God with a sorrowful heart, He's going to listen to you. But if you come to God just, you know, you don't really care. I mean, you know what I mean? It's all on you.
Yeah.
So when I was in jail, I had a relationship with God. I built this relationship, right? I was reading, Bible studying, praying, and then He was showing me things that I forgot, things that I did, that I had to confess, be sorry for.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm up in my cell like late at night, just like, oh, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, because these flashbacks came. You
Yeah.
know? Because I asked Him, please show me what I forgot. Show me what it is that I need to make right with you.
Wow.
And He showed me, and I apologized to Him. And then after that, I built this faith, and then I just said to Him, Lord, I don't know if I belong here. I want to get out of here, you know?
Yeah.
Please take me out of here. I had this faith. Anyways, that was in the beginning of my jail time in jail.
Yeah.
After 9 months, because I was supposed to go to trial,
Wow.
my lawyer comes and visits me, and they said, oh, they're going to drop the main charge,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was they tried to get me for attempted murder.
Wow.
Yeah, so that has a sentence of like, I think it's like 8 to 12 years or 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So here's me thinking in all that time I'm going to be serving like at least 5 to 8 to 12 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's what my lawyer's telling me. That's what the boys who have been through that are telling me. They've gone through that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be here for ages.
Yeah.
But because I had this faith, I just asked Him, Lord, if I get deported, I'm stuffed. Please. I'll change my ways, I'll turn around, I'll do a 180, like, and that I did, you know? So I asked Him if He could get me out. So by the time sentencing came, sorry I drag on, bro.
Nah, you're all good, man.
that's just me, bro. So I went in, sentencing, he said, yeah, you're probably going to do another 1 to 2 years. And in my mind, I'm like, nah. I went and prayed in my cell, and I asked God, I was like, please tell me if I'm getting out tomorrow or not. This is after 9 months of serving. And I was reading in this Bible, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 11, and it said, what does it say? I will discipline you with justice, but I will not let you go entirely unpunished.
Wow.
And that jumped out at me. So I knew that I wasn't getting out.
Yeah.
But I knew that I wasn't going to spend all that time in there.
Yep.
Anyways, bro, after the sentencing, I felt His Holy Spirit there, and the judge Slept on another 3 more months and said I'd get released after that. He gave me, all up, I spent 360 days, 5 days short of a full year, which would have led me to being deported back home, bro.
Wow.
So, because I had faith in God, that was the miracle for me. So, yeah, that's to answer your question.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Sorry I ramble on, bro.
Nah,
but,
you're
I have to paint a picture for you, just,
that's an amazing portrait that you've painted for me, my friend. It's a humbling experience, especially you going from having little to no faith to just building a massive relationship with God Himself. Earlier today I watched something, and it was a story of a father and a son, and the son said to the father, "Hey, how big is God?" And the father goes, "Okay, look up in the sky. Can you see that plane up there?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, it's small."
Yeah.
And then the father takes his son to a trip to the airport. So they go to the airport, and the son sees how big the planes are. And he says to his son, when you build a relationship with God, God's as big as these planes.
Yo.
Now, if you don't build a relationship with God, God's as small as the plane in the sky. So I love how you shared that story, and you had this incredible faith to realize your wrongs, and also to try and flip it, and to speak on how that faith was, you turned that whole, thing into a miracle. That's a massive miracle, to not spend 8 to 12 years inside there, but to just be there for, less than one, and not be deported, be 5 days,
Well, I think
shy of not being deported, man.
I think it was my attitude towards everything, because, and when I was in there, my attitude was, stuff this, when I get out, I'm going back for seconds.
Wow.
Because my ego was hurt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Someone else came take over my family, my ego's hurt.
Yeah.
After a while, my attitude went from that to, however long you want me to spend in here, I'll spend. Because I know that I got you and you're walking with me, so I'm sweet. So, yeah, whenever you let me go, I'll take it. And because my attitude changed, I believe God was like testing me. He's like, okay, all right, sweet as. You passed. Now, I still got a lot of tests in life to go. I'm only 36 years young.
Yeah.
But, that was one of them. So, yeah, bro.
Awesome, bro. Thank you for that, man.
All good, brother.
Loss or lesson? What's your... I'll skip this question because you already shared with me one of the biggest losses and lessons.
Yo.
Describe to me a time in your life where... A different story. Describe to me a time in your life where you were stuck and someone was a miracle to you.
Man, when I was going through my hardship, bro, I almost, there was a day where it was dark in my house, and, man, I had a rope, and, I was going through it, man, and I could hear these, not hear audibly, but these voices in my mind were saying, end it, it's over, your family's gone, she doesn't love you, end it. No one cares if you go. And so I was really, really depressed, and I was at that stage, bro, and my cousin Ray rings me up, Cuzzy, you all good? Shout out to Cuzzy Ray and Zoe. And they came and picked me up, bro. Picked me up, gave me a big hug. Come with us. And they took me to Springfield Lakes from the north side, and at Springfield Lakes, there was about 7 of us living in this house, bro. And so I had all these people around me, all my family, basically.
Yep.
Cousin Doe, Helena, my bro Little Ty, Clyde, Kara, Cousin Jake now and then, Cousin Bruno now and then. And it was just a party house, and it was just good vibes, bro.
Yeah.
This is before I got locked up. This is while my ex was trying to move on, and I was stuck, you know. So I was being a bit of a hangy pants and, you know, just
Yeah.
partying and trying to mask the hurt that I had. But none of it ever worked until I met God. He was the only one that felt it, bro. So, yeah. To answer your question, that'll be the time, bro. Someone was a miracle to me. My own family just came and just, helped me out, bro. I was stuck, G.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'll never forget that.
Yep. Man.
Yeah, bro.
Big love to the fams, bro, for
Hard.
you know helping you through that moment, man. That's an amazing moment.
Always. I got a mean family, bro.
I touching on family, and you know I'm massive on family. I grew up on family, and that makes me think of my family. And I remember my mom growing up as a teenager. She's like, when you're, you know, when you're stuck and you know you're going through hardship, you turn around and you look to the back of you, all your friends, they won't be there. No one but your family will be there for you. And that's a true story, man. And I've held that with me forever. You know what I mean? So yeah, big love to the family, your family, man, for you know helping you out through that moment. That's precious.
I'm lucky, bro.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Yeah.
Name 3 people in your life that are a miracle to you and why. I think you mentioned Damien before, cousin Ray.
Yeah. There's heaps, bro. There's heaps.
Yeah.
But, you know, I first have to say my koro, my grandfather, bro. He basically, like, he was there for me all the time, bro. And we had this little bond. Because I used to go to his house all the time, bro, when I was a kid. You know, I'd wake up in the middle of the night because we just lived around the corner. I'd look around, and if I'm not in my grandfather's room, my koro and nans, I'd sneak out the door and run to their house, bro. Jump in the bed, right in between them.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was just that moko, bro, you know. So, you know, special bond with my koro.
Yep.
Every time I go to New Zealand, he'd always come to the airport to say goodbye, you know. And if he couldn't come, I'd go to his house and just sit in his room and just talk. He was the last person I'd see, bro. You know, because I never knew if that was going to be the last time. So every time I said goodbye, like I always made sure that I looked into him and just, you know, just was like, I don't know if this is going to be the last time, but I'm just trying to get a good look at you.
Yeah.
Just so you know that I love you. But it was just my, you know, I was speaking to him through my soul, bro. So my koro, he was the one that bought my ticket here, by the way.
Wow.
It's $99 one way. We're walking past Harvey World Travel and live in.
Yep.
He's like, wait there. Goes in, comes back out. Yep. You're off to Aussie. I was like, man, like I was like so excited, eh? And yeah. My koro. I also have to acknowledge Whana Lole, bro.
Wow.
Because he was the first one that, basically, bro, when I wanted to become a barber, he's the one that opened the door, you know?
Yeah.
And he's the one that took me under his wing. And he's the one that taught me about respect, about humility, about cleaning up, about customer service, you know? And he's a good father. He's a good man. It's like, he's all about fatherhood. So when I didn't see my kids, because I didn't see them for 3 years, bro.
Wow.
You know, so when I didn't have them, he was there for me. He had a heart for me. Like I remember this one time, Father's Day, bro. He bought me he bought me a Father's Day gift. I was like, what the, man, I'll never forget that.
Wow.
So yeah, Whana Lole, bro. He's like my big brother.
Yeah.
Man, he's a man of a lot of advice, and yeah, you know. Shout out to Whana and Shelly and the boys at Loles.
Leads me to my next question. How will you work towards being a miracle for others?
How will I work towards being a miracle for others? Well, let me tell you a story, bro. It's just a quick one.
Yep.
I won't ramble on. I'll try not to. I'll try and summarize it. After about 2 years of barbering, I got complacent, got sick of it.
Yep.
So I thought that I would go down to Broken Hill to become a roofer.
Yep.
I think I told you.
Roofer, yeah.
But come to find out, I'm not a roofer. I ain't about that life, bro. I fix people's roofs on their heads, G.
Yeah.
Not roofs on houses. So, funny story, bro. One night I went to sleep and I had this nightmare, bro, that I died in my sleep, that I went to God. Jesus was right there. I knew it was Jesus, but I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm waiting in line for the people to, get accepted into heaven or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they'll come to me. And you know what he said to me, bro?
What did he say?
What did you do with all the time on earth that I gave you? What did you do with your time on earth? And I looked back and I was like, nothing. I did nothing.
Yeah.
I wasted it.
Yeah.
So I was screaming inside my soul because it was a dream, right? But my soul was like, no, can't be it. Like, no, I'm going to hell.
Yeah.
Or whatever, I don't know. But luckily, I woke up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And when I woke up, it hit me. What are you up to? You're not a roofer.
Yeah.
You're a barber. God called you to be a barber. You know?
Yeah.
That's his purpose for me.
Yeah.
That was my destiny. What am I doing trying to do something else?
Mm.
I'm just wasting time. You know? We've got a certain amount of time on this earth, right?
Facts.
Once that time's up, you're gone. What did you do? How did you treat people?
Yeah.
What did you do with, the talents that I gave you? Because everyone's got talents, bro.
True.
For a reason.
Yep.
A lot of people, they always say to me, man, oh, you're so talented. And I'm just like, but you are too. You just don't use them like I do.
True.
You know?
That's facts.
I use my talent every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why my artwork is what it is. That's why my barbering is what it is. And I'm still trying to elevate and grow because it's me versus me, brother. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look at another man and be like, oh, I want to be like him. I want to be better than him.
Yeah.
Nah. I want to be better than how I was yesterday. You know?
Yeah.
And this is what I want people to know, that you have talents and you're put here for a reason. And you're supposed to use those talents for good, right?
Yeah.
Because we're here for a purpose. I'm living my purpose.
Yeah.
My purpose is to point people to God, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
Yep.
I'm not a preacher. I'm not a pastor. But I have a barber chair where I operate
Yep.
and I communicate with men and I lift them up and I encourage them. I build them up and I just tell them the things that I went through, that helped me. That's all I do. Is just tell my story. That's all I got to do. I'm like a witness. Someone goes on the stand and then tells their accounts of the events that happened, rah, rah, rah.
Yep.
I just tell people what happened in my life, like I'm doing tonight. And that's just my account of God. You don't have to believe in him or not.
Yep.
But I do,
Yeah.
And I'm not going to shut my mouth, but I'm also not going to force it down anyone's throats, because everyone has a choice.
That's true.
Everyone has a free will. So after that dream, I zoomed back to Brisbane, came back to barbering, and, I never stopped, bro. That's why I'm so busy. That's why I do what I do. My artwork, my barbering, podcasts like this,
Yep.
Going to teach people. One day I want to be able to mentor barbers, young barbers, teach them,
Yep.
Give them something.
Yeah.
Teach them up in the faith. I teach my kids up in the faith. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like, it's just my duty to pray for them, to protect them, to provide for them. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, who else is going to do it?
That's
you know?
true.
So I got to lead my sons and then lead any kid or anyone else that wants to come join me and learn to cut hair or anything. I want them to be successful. I want them to be great, and I want them to surpass me.
Yeah.
So that the kids that are young when they're mentors,
Yep.
that they can look up to them, and then it just goes on from there. I had a good mentor.
Yep.
I want to be a good mentor. I want to raise good mentors. That's my purpose in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's all about finding your purpose in life. If you've got no purpose in life, sorry, I'm speaking so fast because my spirit's like, I'm full with the spirit, brother. If you've got no purpose in life, what are you doing? Are you just kicking back? You wasting time? Don't waste time, man. Do what you got to do. It's like when you have a vape, you blow the smoke, right? It doesn't last. It's just like life, bro.
Wow.
Life just goes like that.
Yep.
One minute you're there, next you're gone. Next person, next generation.
Wow.
So we can't waste it.
That's true.
Yeah, bro. Sorry to...
No, I love that, man. You dropping gems right now, man. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people will watch this and take a lot away from you, my friend. Leads me to my last question to finish off our podcast. What's a positive message, you want to leave with all our followers?
Find your purpose. The only way you can find your purpose is knowing God, right? Because He's the creator. He's the one that created you. I mean, your parents made you, but God created you. After this podcast or whatever, after watching this, just go in your room, shut the door, close your eyes, talk to God. All you got to say is like, God, here's my heart. I'm giving it to you. Show me who I am so that I can live for you. Add the people in my life that will bring me closer to you and subtract the people that will take me away from you. That's all you got to do. That's a simple little prayer. And if you do that every day, it's all about building a relationship, right? In a relationship, you talk. So if you just talk to God all the time, you're going to start finding out who you are. If you read about Him and who He is and His character, you're going to fall in love, right? So that's my message that I'll end with. And I hope that whoever is listening will be blessed by the words that I'm saying. I know God has opened someone's heart, and I know He's going to affect somebody in a positive way, and someone's going to do big things just from this little seed that's been planted. So, yeah.
Tyrone, it was a pleasure to have you on our show, my friend. Thank you, brother. All good.
Straight up. Thank you, brother.
Make sure you tune into our next podcast. Triumphant, baby. Let's go.
Peace.